Hello there. In summing up his case in front of the Supreme Court today, one of the anti-Brexit prorogation lawyers made a couple of statements I take a bit of an issue with. Adrian O'Neill QC, barrister for the anti-Brexit prorogation case won in the Court of Sessions recently by the SNP MP Joanna Cherry and others, was summing up their case in front of the Supreme Court to have the government appeal against their previous court victory thrown out. During his summation he made 2 points. One was rather provocative and the other may well have been downright inaccurate. Now on the rather provocative side, O'Neill said, "I say to this court, don't let this case be your Dred Scott moment. Instead, stand up for the truth, stand up for reason, stand up for unity in diversity, stand up for Parliament, stand up for democracy by dismissing this government's appeal and uphold a constitution governed by laws and not the passing whims of men." Now many of you may not have heard of Dred Scott. Now he was a slave in the US in the 1800s who managed to take his family to an area of the US where slavery was outlawed and lived there for 4 years. So he sued for his freedom and it was rejected in the Supreme Court that ruled that he was of African ancestry, so he could not claim US citizenship and therefore could not bring a suit in the court. And further, his 4 years of living in an area where slavery was outlawed did not remove the slave owner's rights over him. He did indeed later gain his freedom, but sadly died from tuberculosis a few months later. An emotive case in the history of slavery, so you can see why the lawyer tried to channel it for his own case. But any connection between the Scott case and the Boris Johnson prorogation appears tenuous at best, unless it's really just an indicator of how tissue-like the pro-Remain case is here. O'Neill also referred to the Scottish approach to law and said that it does not matter who you are, how grand you are, even if you are the king himself. Wonder why he did not refer to the Queen here. Anyway, he said it didn't matter who you are, everyone can be brought before the courts. Well, on the face of it, that would seem right. After all, the courts are now probing into a decision made by the Queen, who is meant to be non-justiciable. The courts are also now in the process of preparing to make a ruling regarding the Prime Minister of the UK. But there is one person that cannot, it seems, be touched by the courts for their decisions, however outrageous they are and however far-reaching, biased or damaging those decisions might be. In fact, the courts seem unable to intervene even if those decisions are made out of malice or personal grievance. And everyone will know I am referring, of course, to the Speaker of the House of Commons, who at this moment in time is one John Bercow. The Speaker of the Commons is meant to be totally unbiased, maintain order in the House and ensure that standing orders are adhered to. But in Bercow's case that appears to mean everyone but himself. He, after all, is the one that made the unprecedented decision to transform a motion brought under Standing Order No. 24 for an emergency debate and turn it into a vote on handing over control of the House to the opposition without a vote of no confidence or a general election. If the position of the Speaker and their decisions fell within the realm of the courts, just like the roles and decisions of every other public servant in the country do, then that surrender bill would never have seen the light of day. Some might argue that the Commons should sort itself out. Now that would be fine with a completely unbiased and trustworthy Speaker, but when a Speaker goes blatantly against the rules of the House that MPs themselves have put in place, with the result that major legislation is passed and passed quickly without proper scrutiny, you have to start asking serious questions. Maybe the threat of a court challenge would keep the Speaker within the rules of the game they are meant to be refereeing. Anyway, what do you think? Please share and comment, and thank you for listening. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.